A miracle has occurred. I could reach out to artists and try and publish this. Can I be totally honest? It was kind of underwhelming. This is the face of success, which I now realize sounds incredibly pretentious if you haven't watched my last video, where I called this the face of failure, because guess what? It's both. Basically, I'm gonna explain what that means while I deal with this, because my room is in desperate need of cleaning. There we go. You can, oh, look at that lighting. Don't like that lighting. It's still, maybe if I turn on the lights in the background. Oh, that's good enough. Basically, the last time we saw one another, I was kind of bummed because I had not completed the writing challenge I set myself for this year. I had decided that I was going to write every single day of 2026. That only lasted like 23 days before I ended up skipping it accidentally because I just forgot. Last vlog was kind of about how the challenge didn't end up working out, and I was trying to be okay with that and just keep working on my writing anyway, but that the initial setback had kind of thrown me for a loop and I stopped writing as much. Since then, a miracle has occurred. What is this? Is this mine? No. Which means I don't gotta fold it. This is also not mine, so I don't have to fold it. Since that last vlog, I have written almost an entire comic series. I know I should have been vlogging that process, but I just got so into it that I haven't picked up a camera in a few days, and I've just been churning it out. I've been writing an issue a day, at least. And these issues are like 30 pages long, so it's like 5,000 words a day. It's been awesome. Like, something just clicked in my head when it came to this project. I have never written that fast. This might be the very first story that I ever finished. I've gotten close to finishing stories before, but they usually end up so like grand and so many different characters and subplots and this and that they're like multiple books long. I just never actually get around to finishing them because I make them too big, too epic. But this is a mini series and it's only going to have 6 issues, and I wrote the 5th one today. I haven't edited it yet, so I don't know if it's actually any good. I have some misgivings about it. It was the hardest one for me to write. Rule for myself is that I always sleep on it. I always make myself wait overnight before I decide if an issue is good or bad, because if I do it in the moment, then I'm just going to be focusing on my insecurities instead of like what's actually on the page. All of that is to say, I've made insane progress that I've never made on anything before, and I wanted to vlog the last few days of me trying to finish this series because I'm hoping it'll be done by the end of this weekend. It's currently Thursday, and I started it last Saturday. I honestly am not even really going to tell you what it's about, because one day I would like to publish this, one day soon. I kind of feel like it's the type of story that works best if you don't know anything going into it. Usually I'm like, oh, it's this and it's that, and it kind of explores these themes, but this time I didn't know what it was when I was writing it. It just sort of appeared on the page and I liked it. I'm learning what it is as I go, and I kind of like the idea of the reader experiencing it that way too, of not really knowing what they're getting themselves into and just following the wave. Okay, so it is the next day. I have just looked over issues 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm still happy with them. Issue 5, however, my fears have been realized, and quite a lot of it does not come across the way that I wanted it to. There's certain scenes that just aren't landing the way I wanted to. Other scenes that I think should be cut entirely. It is 31 pages long when it needs to be 22. There's just a lot of edits I need to make. So it is currently 3 o'clock. My hope is that I can finish editing and basically entirely redrafting this issue in that time, because I want to like keep up the momentum, especially because my sister and I, say hi.
Hi.
Are planning another little mini series. I'm excited about the concept. I'm getting excited with the characters. And the moment that I start getting excited about a project, whatever I was previously working on goes out the window, and I really want to finish this. Update. Ignore the terrible lighting. I cut one of the scenes and instantly I like the issue so much better. I don't usually like cutting whole scenes because, you know, you put time and effort into a scene unless it's bad. Like, that was the thing. Like, the scene wasn't bad. I was actually, like, pretty happy with it, but it just didn't feel like it served the purpose of the issue. I initially didn't want to cut it, but having cut it, one, it really lowers that 31 page word count by like 5 pages, which really helps. And 2, it just all works so much cleaner now. So sometimes you gotta cut a scene, even if it's a good scene, just because it doesn't serve the narrative. But never delete that scene. I always keep my original draft and any other iteration of the story in a side document so that I can have that scene to go back to eventually if I want to utilize it for something else, or just because I liked it, you know? Sometimes it's nice to just have it because who knows if it might come in handy down the line. So I always have my trash draft document. So that's where this argument now lives. It lives in the trash draft document, but I still have it, and I think the issue works a lot better now. I'm going to get back to editing and hopefully have some more positive updates. Okay, update. I finished it. I'm so much happier with this version. But like I say I finished it, but really I finished the first draft. Well, the second draft. This is draft 2. This is the first one that has needed a full second draft instead of just editing. But I feel like that's okay. Like I'm happy with it. I think that I now communicated what I wanted to communicate. There was a big element before. I think this story works best if you don't know very much going into it. So I'm not going to say too much, but basically there's 2 scenes in this story which I think can be easily misconstrued as romantic. And my goal for this story is never to be a romance. To quote the cover of Solitaire, this is not a love story. But I think that because of, the way that society views certain acts, it will be read as romantic. Even if some people still read it as romantic, I wanted it to stay true to what I was trying to communicate. I wanted it to feel not that way to me. That's the most important thing. I wanted to feel like I was portraying this the way that I wanted it to come across, and if some people misread that, I have no control over that, so long as I'm doing the best of my ability to have it come across properly. And initially I don't think it did, and now I think it does. Now I'm happy with it. If I was reading this, I would understand what I was trying to communicate, I think. I mean, I need beta readers, but I'm much happier with this version. It did end up being still 26 issues long. Wow, that would be a lot. 26 pages long, so I have to cut 4 pages. The goal is, it is now 4:44, knock on wood, make a wish. And that means I have less than 2 hours to finish this and complete my work for the day before I have my D&D game. There's not much aesthetic footage in this vlog. It's kind of just like crunch time the vlog. I'm gonna go back to work on that. Hopefully I can do the edits, because I really, really want to finish this. Tomorrow's the weekend, and I really, really, really want to finish this weekend. It'd be the first time I've ever fully finished a thing, and I just feel like that would be so amazing. And then I could reach out to artists. Like, I could reach out to artists and try and publish this. Like, guys, oh my god. Okay, like, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Everybody, like, party a little bit. It's happening. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that and hopefully make the good progress that I need to make. Okay, last writing update of the night. It is 5:50. I have finished my work for the night, and most importantly, I have finished issue 5. I finished it. It's 22 pages. The second draft was so much better. I'm so much happier with it. I am riding a high right now. I have 1 issue and then I'm done a project. I've never finished a project. They always get too epic in scope, but this one's almost done, and I just I'm so excited. I'm so happy, so excited. So tomorrow the plan is to do final edits, because I still like to read it over the day after, like work on it, then sleep on it, then read it over the next day, like kind of more unbiased. Because I often find that right after I write something, I hate it, and then the next day I'll read it and I'll be like, I was just being insecure. That is the plan for that. Tomorrow I plan to read issue 5, then write issue 6, and then Sunday I will edit issue 6, and then Monday I will read it over, read everything over, and hopefully it'll be done. I'm gonna, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, it's Sunday night, and it is 9:20. I'm going to bed in like minutes, but I really I'm almost at the end of issue 6. This is like final stretch. I'm really in it. I really, really, really want to try and finish the script. It's the following morning. I did not end up getting to finish it last night because I had to go to bed. But I did write literally up until the second I crawled into bed. And that meant that I got all the way up to page 19 of 22. What is this? Okay. It's still doing it. It's 12 on Monday, February 16th. And I'm going to go and try and write the final words of the first draft. And then hopefully edit the issues, because that doesn't take as long since I've already done base edits, so this is just like fine-tuning edits, and then it will be done. I don't have much more to say than that. I kind of just wanted to catch those last words going onto the document on camera. So I haven't really talked much this morning, so you think you can tell by my voice. Let's go do that. Let's go finish this thing. It's time. So I did it. Wrote the last words of the first draft of issue 6. It still needs editing. Can I be totally honest? It was kind of underwhelming. I've never finished a project before, at least not like a first draft of one and stuff, and I was kind of like expecting it to feel cool and like special and like accomplishment, but all I felt was that same sinking feeling of it's probably trash that I felt when I finished every other issue and that I feel when I finish anything I work on, even if it's just a page. The lighting's bad, but I don't feel like fixing it right now. I don't know, I think I was just expecting it to be this like momentous moment that felt like really cool, but it just feels kind of bleh. I'm hoping that I'll feel differently once I've edited it. That's been the case with the other issues. I haven't liked them, then I've edited it, and once it's edited, I've been like, oh, this is actually really good. And it just needed like fine tuning, you know? Like there's just like this one thing that was like nagging in the back of my head, because it's not that I don't think the story is good, and it's not that I don't think the scenes are good, it's just that I can tell it's not coming off quite how I wanted it to. And so hopefully when I edit it, that feeling will go away. And then I'll feel that like I finished a project feeling. But I just wanted to be totally honest, you know? Like that's the whole point of these vlogs, is to show like the actual process of trying to write a book. And I know this isn't the book I was trying to write. This vlog's gonna be so out of the blue for everybody, including me. I didn't plan to work on this project and complete it. My goal for this entire year was to finish a project, and that was fully meant to be a novel, not some random idea that struck me on Saturday afternoon a week ago. I'm very happy with this project, but the issue 6 is just like nagging me, and I think that because it's the last one, I want to be done it now, you know? Like I want to have that like moment of like, I did it, that I've been like looking forward to, but then it didn't happen. So now I think that I'm like, okay, I'll edit it. I'm trying to make myself not edit it today, because usually when I edit it the same day that I write it, I end up just like frustrating myself. So I'm trying to be good and not edit it right now and then wait till tomorrow and edit it then. But I just want it to be done. Like I want that feeling of accomplishment that I'm like want, you know, like I want that. I guess I'll see you tomorrow and hopefully I'm able to edit it and then I'll be happy with it. Because I know I have to cut at least 2 pages. What's hard with this issue is that it has to be the payoff for the entire series, and so I have to nail it. You know, like there's no room for, oh, this wasn't as good as issue blah blah blah. Like it's like, no, it's issue 6, it has to be great. Come back to you tomorrow and edit it, and hopefully then I'll like it. Sorry, yeah, I guess we'll see tomorrow how I'm feeling about it. Okay. It's done. I apologize that this was not a pretty vlog. I just didn't really have like a pretty vlog in me while I was doing this. Like I was just writing and writing and writing and getting depressed about writing and then writing and writing and writing, and you know how sometimes that's just like I didn't have aesthetic clips, or like I've been so single-mindedly focused on just this project, and when I'm not thinking of this project, I've been in like weird moods because the project wasn't working, and so I was still kind of thinking of the project. You know, you probably know how it is. You're writers. You write. The last clip, I believe, was me saying that it didn't really feel good finishing the project. And I think that's because it wasn't done yet. Kind of bummed me out. Like, I wanted it to be done. I wanted to have nailed the ending. I wanted to have, like, landed the ship. But I didn't feel like I had. I felt like it was missing something that was kind of off and bad, and I couldn't put my finger on what. And it felt rushed, and I just had all these, like, nagging, like, you know, when you're working on something and you can't tell what is off, but you just know something is. I took a break for a few days and I didn't work on it. After maybe like 2 or 3 days, I went back to it. I did another rough edit, and then I still wasn't happy with it. It still felt off, but it was better. I took a few more days off, and then today I just was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get back to it. You know, I don't know what had changed in my brain chemistry that I was like able to go back to it. I went through and I looked over issues 1 through 5 again, and I was like, these are good. Knock on wood for me, please. Thank you. So then I went back to issue 6 and I realized a few things. Firstly, there were some scenes that could be cut because they just dragged the pacing. Secondly, I had messed up my numbering of the pages, and so part of why it felt rushed was that I was actually working with 1 less page than I should have. Having 1 more page made all the difference. Once I had cut some things out, I realized that what the issue was that things felt crammed in there, and the scenes that were supposed to feel weighty didn't have the space to breathe. And and that's what had been nagging me. So I cut some filler that didn't need to be in there. I added in that page that I had miscounted and should have had anyway. I tweaked a bit of dialogue. I restructured some of the pages, and suddenly it was good. And everybody knock on wood. It was good. And I'm happy with it. And that means it's done. And it's a great feeling. It is a great feeling. I wasn't done yet. So, is this my favorite issue out of them? No, that has to go to issue 3, because issue 3 is just like a banger. I'm sorry, like that sounds pretentious because it's my thing, but I'm really happy with issue 3. Issue 4, I feel like it's great. Issue 5 has a certain moment that is really close to my heart. I like all of them, and I think the problem was that I was just holding this one to an unrealistic standard. Like, I think that issue 6 is on par with the others, and I was like waiting for it to be like mind-bogglingly amazing or something, and I was like, no, it just has to land the ending. It doesn't have to like rewrite the genre. Just gonna look, is this a good position? No, but I didn't want to hold the camera the whole time. I'm gonna end the vlog here because it's supposed to go out in like a week or two, and I edit really slowly, and mostly just I don't have anything else to add. This was just kind of a roller coaster. I never expected this to happen. I didn't plan this in any way. It just occurred. And I guess I completed my New Year's resolution of finishing a project. Who knew that this would be how it happened? But I'm very excited about this project, and I guess that means the rest of this year is going to be dedicated trying to get it illustrated and published. So expect videos about that crazy process. I will try and make a better vlog of that with like actual footage that isn't just me talking. But for now, I just kind of wanted to be like, hey, this thing happened. Join me on the roller coaster. Sorry, it's not a very fun roller coaster. I didn't promise it was, but here's your tickets. You made it to the end. Congratulations. Thanks to everybody who's been following along with this since the beginning. I feel like this is kind of full circle, that the first project I finished was a comic, like the thing that I started with this channel on. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. My camera's getting a low battery. It's almost time for dinner. I just whipped this third draft out quick after I finished work. Wanted to film while the excitement about that was still fresh. I will see you on the next page, which hopefully involves me reaching out to artists. That would be so cool. Hopefully I have money afterwards. Yay.